Hey, welcome back. It's Laura at Hyperstamper, and today's junk journal is this beautiful hand needle pointed, is that a word or a verb? Cover here with the applique, and I really love it. I cut it down to fit the cover and the spine. It's mounted on top of an 80-year-old book, but the front looked just like this. So it was very plain front and back, so that's why I covered it with this beautiful vintage piece. And I used my vintage beads that I threaded down the side here, and this is a gorgeous vintage earring, which is lovely. And the pinks match the pinks in here, and the greens, the vintage beads. It's just also pretty. So I'm going to take you on a little tour of the inside and show you all the authentic antique and vintage ephemera throughout, with no commercial products used in here, before I put it in my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com. Now you'll see, oh, it's actually older than the 40s because this was gifted in 1938. So probably it was published around 36 or 37. I love the title, Harvest Comedy. So these are the original first pages of the book, and this is a lovely little children's book page from the 1940s. And then I made this pocket here, and I love this one down here. It says Happy Delights, and I pulled that from an antique book. Little piece of doily up here, and this is one of my 1903 Beatrix Potter books. With that, this is one of the plates from there. Really good condition, but the book was quite dilapidated, so I saved the plates to pass along to others. I've got some vintage doily on this side. This is from a 1950s yearbook page from a university in Rochester, and I've got antique paper on the back of that for journaling on. This is a piece of the American Highways Road Map book that I have from 1955, and that is Louisville, Kentucky on there. A little insert here with antique paper on the back from 1927. Hi, Lacey. And sorry. And this is a 1947 insert here on costumes of the history of costume and dresses in history. I think I said that 14 times, but this is a beautiful period here in the Restoration period. Lovely, lovely piece. Almost 80 years old that piece is. This is some vintage tracing paper, which is really cool, with the perforations in it. And this is a 1950s doily book page. This is just a little collection of my cutoffs and antique papers that I hate to throw out because they're a decent size. Thank you, Lacey. She's going to keep us company here. So you can journal in there. And then this is a vintage page from the 30s as well here. Two little boys playing in the snow. And this is a piece that I'm not sure how old it is because it came in a vintage lot that I bid on. And that is a 1950s Pearl Shop receipt. More tracing paper here. And an early 1900s botanical book page, and that's the delphiniums in France garden. More children's book pages here, and I made this little page out of just a wedding dress piece of lace that I pulled off of a wedding dress from the 70s. And this is a journaling tag that I made from antique paper. And this is a 1960s payday card. Just a fun little thing to have there. Excuse me, Lacey. And this is a photograph from the 1920s. And I love that there is this beautiful inn in the back there. And these three folks here, they've got the little bridge and the stream. It's really quite precious. I wish I knew who these people were, but look at the wonderful outfits they're wearing. Oh, it's just so typical of the 20s. I love that picture. And then this is a recipe page here of wonderful desserts from the 1950s. And the pocket here is made from a 1930s children's book, vintage tree book, 1889 ledger page, the hand stamp number in the corner there and there. And this is one of the few that had actual writing on it. So this looks here like they were stocking a new home to me, or a new business, beehives, bar chain, egg yolks. It's just really cool. And a lighthouse down here. That's also from the 1930s. Excuse me, Lacey, just a little bit. There we go. Thank you. And this is a plate from the early 1900s. I just think it's hilarious. Really, really cute. And I made a pocket here. And inside here, I put a vintage botanical page from Wildflowers of America from the 70s. So 50 years old. And this one as well, also from the 70s, vintage page from a book on antiques. Antique children's book page, more of that 1889 ledger book. Vintage birds and budgies. Budgigars, canaries, and foreign finches is the name of that book. It's pretty cool. And this is really wonderful. This is a set of research papers. So there's two, so you can journal on the back and front of that one. And the research is from 1886. I love that. Hand typed anything I love. This is an antique transit ticket from England. This is a vintage bird book page here. Lacey, you're really in the way. There we go. I know. And one of my favorite birds here, which we have a lot of up here in my neck of the woods, the common loon. And then here we have from the 1960s, 1968, Funny Bone game. Do you remember that? I do. We had that game, obviously. It was very funny. And then this is a page from the original book here, Harvest Comedy, that you can journal on because there's a lot of white space on there. The pocket I made from an 1800s poetry book page. And this is a front page from an antique book as well. A little map on it and white space on the back for journaling. Isn't that awesome? Love it. Ledger page here, vintage. Got some vintage lace on there as well. This is a 1940s French almanac page, which is really cool. Vintage paper here. This is an antique player piano roll paper. Some of the words down the side there. And I made a pocket on the opposite side with this lovely little baby card. Another one of my fun baby cards in here. Look how sweet. From Morris and Dot. And you can journal on the inside of that one as well. Just fun. Fun, a go-go. Yes, Lacey, it's fun. Yes. She's so cute. I wish you could see her. Look, can you see her there? Look how cute she is. Sorry, had to show off my lace. Okay, really sweet little plate here from the early 1900s. Dawn, a runaway dog. And then we've got clusters. More of this. Some of my hand-pressed flowers here I made into a pocket on an antique dictionary page. And here's a lovely Laura Wheeler piece here from the 1940s. Again, look at this. Pristine. You could still iron that on, I bet, and trace that. And that would have been put on tea towels. And sometimes they're pillowcase designs. This one is a tea towel design. Sorry, I want to fold it properly, so I'm just going to set it aside so I don't tear it. This is from 1925, Things to Make and Do. All of those wonderful costumes. And this is really cool. This is a vintage book page about the Masters of Art. But look at this gorgeous, all of these expectant mothers and young mothers here. Just lovely, lovely piece. This is an antique book page with, I always love the maps that they have. And then this here is a very early 1900s, maybe even late 1800s school book page, lesson 11. You can tell by the little boys' costumes they weren't allowed to wear pants until they were all grown up. Antique paper on the back, which is cool because you can see through this antique paper to what was impressed there. Really fun antique cluster up there. More children's book pages. Very, very old antique paper here for journaling on. Another English countryside book. These little antique snaps from the 1920s, safety loops and hooks. Another research page here with hand writing on it, an interior spine. So I hope you love this as much as I loved making it. Come back soon. Bye for now.